Coming up, I'm going to talk about going from the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 7 Plus. Stay tuned. Welcome to the show. I am Dan Holfeld. Today I'm going to talk about the new iPhone I got, the iPhone 7 Plus. This just came out a couple weeks ago. This thing's been great, and like I've said, I've came from the iPhone 5 to the iPhone 7 Plus. First and foremost, let's talk about the form factor. Being with the 7 Plus now for over a week, about 2 weeks to be exact, this thing feels like a baby's toy. I mean, I can't even believe that I was using this for as long as I was, 4 years. The thing I like about it, you can fit the whole thing in your hand and go up and down with it. You know, it's really easy to get to the top of the screen. But this 7 Plus is just, I love it. It's just a nice big screen. But this also has, you can reach the top because remember on the Plus models, they added if you do a slight double tap on the home button, it drops down the screen for you there. So that's handy, and I started using that, and that's, it helps. So let's talk about the biggest gripe that everybody's bitching about, the headphone jack, or lack thereof. For me, this hasn't been a problem for the most part, but there was that one aha moment. I'm a drummer, I like to play with music and drum to it. There was one time I went out there, going out to the studio to play with my drums, go out there, take the phone out of my pocket, and it's like, oh shit. Shit! It's like, that was the one fucking time it's like gotta go get my dongle, and that's the end of that. The other time this affected me is at night when I'm sleeping. You like to plug it in next to you to charge and then plug in your headphone jack and listen to music. Well, I can't do that anymore, but yes, there is a way around it. They do have a dock where you can dock it in to charge, and then off that dock charger they got a headphone jack you can plug into. But for me, it's just like whatever, I'll listen to my music and then plug it back in, or just these speakers are so great on this new phone, just listen to them out of the speakers and just that works just as well. Even at the gym, I've been just using the speakers. I even did that with the old iPhone 5, just at the gym, just use the speakers rather than hook up any headphones or anything. Then you got free form. But these are a lot better on the 7 stereo. So you got your bottom and then their top audio. Very nice. Really do appreciate that extra sound quality. The other thing people have been complaining about, the click on the new home button. To me, that feels like a button. If I click here, that feels like I'm clicking in a button. And remember, this is all solid state here. So all you're feeling is that Taptic engine that they put in there, much like they have on the Apple Watch. Yeah, as I demonstrated in my unboxing video, you can turn different feelings so you feel more. I got it at 2. I think it's perfect. It feels like a button to me, and people can't handle it. What the hell are we coming to? The other thing with the Taptic engine, we go into set like a timer and you got the scrolling stuff. They added that, the feedback. So when you're scrolling, your time up, you can actually feel it give feedback in your hand when you're moving that wheel. It feels pretty cool. You can hear it click there. So you get the click, audible click, and I'm also feeling in my hand like it's actually a wheel. That's pretty cool. Imagine what the future is going to bring with this stuff. Let's talk about the camera. This is the biggest area of the phone. This weekend I went out with the family to Devil's Lake, got some great shots. Just screwing around with the iPhone 7 Plus. Just got it yesterday. It is doing great. I zoomed in way the fuck down there. This is 10x we're doing. Looking really good. We have to see what they do on the computer, and this is, what a better place to do it out at Hewitt's Nest here in Wisconsin. Looking forward to continuing. We got some other places we're going to check out, so let's keep her going. I got an amazing panorama shot on top of the bluff there. Great view up there. Everything looks rich. I took some photos with HDR and non-HDR, and you can see the difference. Again, that front-facing camera has been bumped up. Instead of a 5 megapixel on the front, is now a 7 megapixel. And that adds a little more clarity. And of course on the back it's 12 megapixel. 4K of course, but in this video it's not 4K, it's 1080p just because of my rest of the cameras I'm syncing with, but it takes gorgeous 4K.
We're now shooting this in 4K.
Looking forward to playing with that some more. You got that great slow motion camera, and you can do 1080p at 120 frames per second, and you can do 240 frames per second at 720. And here's a shot right here. You can see my mom with the leaves. It just looks freaking gorgeous. Nice and slow. It really made the feeling come alive. And it, you know, in real life it's so quick, but when you slow those moments down, it's like it really brings out the best. Again, with a dual camera on the back here, you got your wide angle lens and your telephoto lens. You can tap it, you get 2x, that's your telephoto lens, and then you can zoom all the way up to 10x, which of course, after 2x, it's all digital and it starts getting grainy, but still, I mean, you know, for how far back I was, it's like, wow, you know, to get up on a shot like that is really nice. And that's really kind of what made me go for the Plus. Not only, like you said, the size, but you know, you're getting that extra bump in your camera, which is great. I took to testing a low light performance a little bit. I got some video of us dumpster diving here, picking through the trash on a upcoming episode of Driving and Diving, and you can see this really low light footage. It's a little bit grainy, but it ain't really that bad compared to what my 5 would have been.
You're not always gonna find something. There's a lot of nights I go out and I don't find anything. You just gotta be consistent. Keep hitting them, eventually you're gonna find stuff.
Yeah, there's light in the picture. I mean, you're always gonna have grain, but I mean, this is really kind of the best I've seen on a cell phone. And you really gotta get real with some of this stuff, because this is amazing. And this is like, what's the future gonna bring next year? You know, it's always gonna get better. And this is really amazing to have a little device in your pocket that can take amazing footage like that. Because when you're out, you know, you just have your phone, you want to snap something quick, it's good to have, hey, I got 4K capability in my hand and we can get some great shots. Also, the town I live nearby had a recent flood, and I took some quick snapshots of the water flooding. You know, there's really no light, and I was just using the onboard camera flash here, and man, I cannot believe you can actually see something for how dark it was. I'm also loving the live photos feature, because this is really cool. When you tap and hold it, you know, just to bring you back that experience.
Howdy. Howdy.
I didn't think I was gonna like that feature that much, but it's pretty cool, and it just brings you into that moment, and it's really nice to get back to it. And while we're on the subject, let's talk about the memories that Apple added to their photos. This is really cool because simple memories at the bottom, and you can just click on one and it really brings back, you know, a quick edit. You know, you don't have time to edit this shit, you know, it's like it puts stuff together, and it just, you know, a quick little video. You can make it shorter, longer, you know, and change the style of it. It's really cool. Like, I didn't think that I was gonna really like that feature that much, but you know, it makes it simple and easy. It's like, oh, I got all these photos, you know, who the hell goes through their photos really and edits them, and you can easily do that, quick and easy, something you can share with people. It makes it real nice.
Yeah, you better come back. Oh, hell.
I just can't believe how good of a job it does putting something together in that little bit of a window. Really amazing. I suggest you take a look at it if you haven't yet. Again, this is an iOS 10 and it is superb. One thing I will say about iOS 10 right now, again, I'm on the .0 release. I believe we're on 10.0.2 right now. I haven't upgraded yet, but things I've been noticing, it will get a little bit laggy. Sometimes it'll hang up when you're doing a swipe to your widgets. You know, it'll freeze halfway, you know, and this is all stuff that's got to get worked out yet. Typically, when I was on my iPhone 5, I wouldn't upgrade till the .2 release. So it's going to be it usually ends up being around January, February is when I would upgrade to the new operating system on the phone. But of course I had no choice with the new iPhone 7 because it came stock with that. But I suggest if you're going to wait a little bit, because they always got to have those bugs and they got to get rid of them. Speaking of the widgets, let's talk about the widgets. They're kind of nice, you swipe right, you got your calendars up next, your weather, any other apps you want. I got my data plan there, so I know how much data I got, your news, recent music you played, which is pretty handy because it's like, oh, I want to hear that, it knows you play that over and over, so why not have it there to quick access it. It's pretty cool that way. And my battery life on my iPhone and my Apple Watch, review coming soon on this. One thing I will say, the notifications I'm not too happy about. It doesn't really group those in the app. So each time you get a notification for like Facebook or something, they'll all be separate little bars, and that's going to add up real quick. That's one thing I'm not liking about Notification Center. I hope they do change that, because there's nothing in settings about grouping notifications, and I have a feeling that Apple's going to have to change that. And it was in iOS 9 that was changed to grouping, and now it's it's back to, it just looks clutterly. Another cool feature I'm enjoying that I didn't have on my iPhone 5 now, the night shift mode. I am loving that, because at night, of course everybody does, sits with their phone, looks at the latest things before they go to bed, and it's going to have that warmer hue to your screen, so it's not going to keep you up. Subtle, but I think it helps me. A lot of people say it's bullshit. I don't think so, because I can tell a difference. Helps your sleep patterns, and that's what's important. And of course, if you don't like it, you can shut it off. Options are always good. Now, Apple's got their new Home app. Once you start getting more smart home equipment, you'll be able to have all your stuff grouped. So your favorite scenes, so you have one button, and it can shut the garage, turn the lights off, turn the thermostat down. That easy, and that's going to be awesome. They also have rooms at the bottom, so you can go to your rooms and have them separated out. So I got my office and my bedroom. Right now I just got lights, so you got all your lights labeled there, and you can have scenes. Very cool, very easy. Even the lights are awesome, because I force touch it, and look at that. You got a slider bar, and you can go up and down with it for your brightness. Very easy. Also, of course, control center at the bottom. You swipe twice to the right, and look at that. It's got a few. You can do scenes, of course, or accessories. It doesn't have all the accessories on there, but you can easily access your lights. Right there, scenes, boom. I got a movie mode for my office. I hit movie, it'll dim my lights red, nice and easy. So when I'm watching a movie right in here on this 27-inch iMac, which is, I'm waiting for Apple to release the new MacBooks. Should be coming soon, but I won't hold my breath anymore. It's been a long time. Let's talk about the music. I'm loving the new interface. It is very simplistic. Everything's there. It's easy to get to. The one thing I'm missing that they don't have is the queue. You used to be able to go, okay, what's up next? And then you could clear them, add another. You still can add. I noticed that. If you do a force touch on your song, you can go to play next or play later. But I can't get to the up next playlist. And that's what I'm disappointed in. I hope Apple irons this out and brings it back, because that was very nice. One thing I do like too is in my car I got my holder for my phone, so now that everything's a little bit bigger, it makes it a lot easier to get through your albums instead of trying to fiddle around with a little 4-inch screen here. This bigger screen helps, and of course there's no satellite coverage while you're in your vehicle. You got your downloaded music tab, everything right there. You can quickly get to something that's cached on your phone and listen to it. I haven't tried the Apple Pay out yet, but I'm looking forward to doing that. It's going to be simple, easy. I can easily do it with my phone, but I'll probably do it with the watch, because it's just a simple double tap on the side of my watch, and there you go. You got your debit card right there. Thank you for watching my review today of the iPhone 7 Plus. Again, I came from the iPhone 5 4 generations ago to the iPhone 7 Plus. I don't upgrade every year like those tech whores. I'm definitely liking this form factor. Bigger, yes, but I do like it. I was worried it wasn't going to fit in my pocket before. Fits fine. I still got to get a case for it yet. I'm scouting cases right now. Definitely want to keep the slimness. That's what I'm looking for in a new case. So The other reason I went for the iPhone 7 Plus was I was on the verge of getting a new iPad too, and I was like, well, do I really want to spend money on a new iPad when I'm going to get a bigger phone? Maybe this can be a nice in between. And I think for the most part it is. If you're in the market for a new phone, if you're on an iPhone 5, by all means upgrade to the 7 Plus. It's up to you how big you want to go. I'm enjoying it. It's been great. Of course, the next one is the anniversary phone, the 8 or what 7S or whatever the hell they're going to call it, and that's supposed to be a huge. They're supposed to get rid of the home button and all that, but that remains to be seen. But if you need to upgrade, I would upgrade, because the next phone's always going to be better. So it's up to you to figure out, hey, it's time for me to upgrade. In my case, I've had 4 years with my old phone, and it was time. So thank you for joining me on this awesome review. It's been a journey, and looking forward to the next one. I got my Apple Watch review coming up, so stay tuned, and peace.